Alrighty, catching up on my daily grind with Mech Arena. We finally got the Neymar Jr. Limited. I thought I'd do a little short clip on him as he's new to the group. So let's go ahead and dive in here and look what we got for him. He's our first pilot. I think other than Baron, I haven't really looked at Baron myself because he's on the event that's going on right now. But let's go ahead and go in here. We just got him. He's got assault damage and he's also got missile damage, which is kind of great for those of us who maybe don't have a missile rack 8, a missile rack 12, and want to do kind of like a combo. Let's say you end up, let's go over here to assault, and let's say you've got your carbine 12s or your carbine 10s. If I remember right, those only come in ones. Some of these weapons don't come in twos like some do. So you have that ability, to get a carbine 12 and then come over here where you only get a missile rack 12 one and kind of put that together. So you can front load a missile rack 12, hit your target, and then from there you still have your assault weapon that can help. Another perk, we've been waiting for it for a long time. I've been waiting for a long time. Like I said, I've been playing since day one. The sprint perk. You've got one that's built into every mech, but now we've finally got a perk built into a pilot. I myself have been waiting for a while because none of them have had it. So it's pretty cool to see Mech Arena really incorporating some new things to help out make these guys better. The great thing is he comes with a 1, 2, 3, 4 implant capability, which is really great. I think the only other one other than legendaries, which we all know legendaries, you've got Baron. Baron's a new one that is coming or is out. I haven't yet to get him. I did get the EM Rifle 16 here recently. I really do like it. It's to me it's an OP weapon for your sniper. The only problem that I've had with them is right now I'm only using a torchlight, and as you can see, mine's not the greatest, but you start getting up there with that Archangel, even Maverick, it would just be devastating. Other than that, we've got Boar, but like I was saying, these guys that they've come out, they're still a one perk setup. You know what I mean? They're not. Let me turn this over here. They're not a dual perk, so that's what makes Neymar so much different and so much more unique. It's just great to see Mech Arena still doing what they did when they first came out for us guys who have been here since day one. Now, like I've said in my previous videos, this isn't my account that I started with when I first started. When this game first started, they didn't have a dual setup for verification or whatever you might want to call it. I'm probably saying it wrong. So I ended up losing my first one after spending countless amount of money, and I've tried to look for it. I couldn't find it, so I ended up starting over. And my kids play with me. I play, and as you can tell, screen name M Crafty Dad, named after one of our favorite streamers, M Crafty. So wasn't trying to steal his name, but like that because that's my son's favorite streamer. So we are the Crafties on here, not the Crafty E, but with the Y. So anywho, let's go ahead and move on forward. Kind of some updates on my weapons. Like I said, I've now got the EM Rifle 16 on there. Perks long range precision weapon designed to take down and mech in as few hits as possible. It means what it says, and that is that it takes down in the fewest of shots. Go turn the volume down. and this weapon is capable of double damage. It really is. I used it very lightly yesterday, and I was quite impressed by it. Because when it says it takes down in a few very shots, it really does, especially if you're a really good precision guy. But anywho, moving on forward, I want to use this new guy because I actually have a good setup that I thought for him. And I'm thinking, it's so hard. Once you start getting all these mechs, it's hard to decide which you want to use. It really is. Let's see. I've only got 12 of 16 energy for him, so I don't know about that. So my only fallback, let me go ahead and just use it on him. Let's go ahead and put that new pilot on there because I want to see the capability of Newmar. I want to see how fast he can go. We're going to go ahead and put him on the Panther. I've got 16 energy, so I think we should be good. Now, let's go back here. And again, we've got missile damage. Actually, you know what? Because we are using this, let's do a combo setup. Well, no, because if we take from Paul to feed Peter, that's what this situation is about. Let's go back here, because I actually have select 6. And I want to see how well this combination goes. So let's do that. And just see how it works out. So we're going to put the 10s on there. To be honest, and I don't really have it leveled up at the greatest. I have not been a big fan of these because I felt like the one combination just wasn't enough damage at a fast enough speed. So I found myself just getting annihilated. But maybe now that we could add the 6s on there, excuse me, maybe it'd be good. Who knows? Let's try it out. Let's be optimistic about it. So I'm gonna go back into here, and I can get both of them out because I do have mods for them. So I'm very hesitant to ever get rid of a mod right away because I never know if I'm going to use it. And as you can tell, I only have enough for one, which really makes me mad because I've had carbon. So that really stinks. So we're not going to be able to see the full potential of it. But so you know what? We've got our free basic implant. Let's go ahead and see what we got there. Redox. Go figure. I don't even think I have a redox, to be honest. Let me check. I know I've been playing this forever. Yeah, I actually do have a redox. I feel stupid. Let's go over here and see if I can put it in my redox. And I really just wanted to be. Let's see what this is. Increases the damage radius of redox's castic blast. Let's go ahead and install that in there. Go ahead and upgrade him. I'm kind of low on stuff because I've been leveling up my pilots so much lately. These pilots have been making such a huge difference. I think it's one of the best things that Mech Arena has brought in. I'm so excited for this Neymar. I really am. Because what I'd actually like to do is I'd like to put Neymar on a faster mech, which Panther is a faster mech, but maybe Killshot, see how he does it. But the problem with that is Killshot is close quarters. He's kind of to me he's a close quarters guy, and so I always put one of these on there. And as you notice, none of the weapons are covered by Neymar, so maybe we'll get a close quarters one in the future. That'd be kind of cool. Other than that, we could probably put it on a Guardian and see how that works out. Who knows? But we're only going to be able to see very little of what Neymar's going to be able to do because we don't have mods. I will tell you guys this. As somebody who doesn't buy a lot of mods because they're so dang expensive, and I love the game enough that I really don't need to rush it. Like I said, I've been playing since day one. It took a while for new maps to come out. It took a while for new mods to come out. What I mean by mods is the pilot mods. It even took a long time for the pilots to come out. Um, you know, but with every upgrade that this game has came out with, it has made it awesome. It really has. Me personally, I'm super excited for clans. I think clan battles are going to be super fun. I'm hoping that with clan battles comes the ability to talk with your clan members, and excuse me, that's not with a Discord, but more or less an in-game chat. Now I know there's a lot that goes into that, so we can wish to wish. Who knows? But clan battles are only going to be as good as your organizational skills of ability access. We've all seen Rambo in these games. They go in, they destroy the whole team, and it's like, man. So who knows? But without further ado, let's go ahead and go in here and what we got here. I wasn't even looking. We got a new. I figured as much. It's Halloween. Why not have a new event? So let's go ahead and check it out here. We got a new mech. This is the Redeemer backtrack. I kind of read about this guy. I'm optimistic. I think this guy's gonna be pretty cool. So scouts offer dexterity and maneuverability. So a fast mech, it sounds like from the get. Backtrack returns this mech to where it was standing moments ago, and when upgraded, removes any debuffs. Now that's pretty cool. It's gonna be the first one of its kind that has no similarities. Escape artist mech can get out of situations that would otherwise be inescapable. So I'm wondering if this would be kind of the guy that would get you away from Zephyr. When Zephyr first came out, we all hated him. He would lock you down and you couldn't do nothing. So maybe, again, I don't have him yet. It's a brand new mech. I haven't seen it. This mech will return to its previous location, even if that location is now dangerous. Situational. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So, pretty cool looking mech. Let's look at it. Kind of got a little cheetah look to it on the top there. Legs the same too. I'm kind of, not to hit on Mech Arena too much. I hope they don't take this wrong way, but it kind of looks like cheetah. I don't know what to think about that. Maybe a different version of cheetah. I mean, it still looks great. It really does. So I'm not trying to knock on it, but I'm just trying to throw that similarity out there. But it sounds OP as could be. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. We've got a new pilot. Like I said, pilots have been coming out left and right. Nothing wrong with them. Another sniper mech. And it's a legendary type. Let's go ahead and look at it. Sniper damage +5. So we did get a new of the EM rifles that just came out recently. And the Gauss rifles that everybody uses. So that'd be cool. I have yet to be lucky enough to use one of these guys. Maybe if one of my supporters or one of you guys want to, kick back a little something. Not that I need it. I really don't. We can try him out. I been using the sniper rifles a little bit more and more as we go on, especially with the release of the long arm 12s that have recently been allowed to buy for us guys who didn't have capabilities of getting him. It wasn't only an event type weapon before. Now it's something you can buy in the market when it shows up. I love them, and and I just happened to get the EM rifle 16. It was on an accident. I accidentally touched the buy button and I bought it. Like I said, I've liked it. The only problem that I've seen with snipers is just like your catapult type weapons. It's very map based, situational based. So you kind of take a gamble having that set up there. But again, in tournament, they show you what maps are there and what you're going to do. So you can kind of plan your setup. By how the tournament is. and so that kind of helps out too. But you know, even with close quarters maps that we've had, there's places that you can use those. Um, but it's like with any weapon, I always recommend this. Um, you know, when you're building things, let's get out of here real fast. You've got a setup of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know you're going to be in a close quarter battle sooner or later. Have one or two of those guys at close quarter. Have the other a long distance. Have another missile. Now, missile in some of the tournaments, it's useless. I have right now the javelins in here. I gamble with the javelins having them there because there's some areas that you just can't use them. There's no point in having them. So, you know, with that being said, like I said, you can go to the tournament, look at what map you have, and then decide, you know, hey, this is what I want for that time frame. But let's go back in here to the event. Like I said, a new weapon again. It looks like an EM rifle setup, EM rifle 12s. So as you know, through all the weapons that you've seen ever come out, there have always been like 4 grades of weapons. The 12s through 16s are usually event based. Sadly but truly, unless you're saving crates and stuff like that, it's going to be harder if you're free to play because you can get several hundred points right off the bat by spending your gems. And they usually start at 100 to 150. So keep that in mind so that in the event that an event comes up and you want to get ahead of those guys that are able to drop, you know, $10, $15. I won an event the other day to win my Mina. My Mina's been amazing. I've loved her. She's one of my favorite close quarters. I love close quarters because Tengu is my favorite. If you've seen in my last couple posts, Tengu is everything to me. I love Tengu. I really do. I hope they get more jump type mechs like that. You stun him, he gets that invincibility. But Mina, literally, just to kind of throw out a little background, I kind of feel ashamed for saying it, but you know, I'd rather be truthful. You know, in the I ended up being in a server that to me there wasn't a lot of pay to play people, but I only dropped literally like $20-$30 if that, and I was able to get ahead of everybody and then use my crates and then use the events and kind of grind and keep ahead of everybody. But it wasn't really that hard to do, so it wasn't really competition based. And what I mean by that is I don't think it was too fair for free to play people. Now, it was the first event that I've ever won. And like I said, I only spent like $20 to get ahead of everybody. And so I kind of hope in the future maybe they have some events that kind of make it easier. Because I've played in other events. I played in many events where, I mean, you start out the first day and a guy's got like 5,000 to 10,000 points. And you're thinking to yourself, what's even the point of grinding it out? Because even with the free crates, the free gems, you're not going to get there. You're not. So unless you're spending $50 to $100 more, with some of these guys that are playing there, it's not even worth it. It's really not. And it's sad to say that because, you know, you'll never get the chances getting the 12s, the 16s, using those legendary weapons. And once you finally do, it's like, oh, it's from night and day. So I've noticed myself to save on gems, and they've reduced them since it's starting. But one of the kind of spouse was instead of turning in the event crate coins and the glamour coins, keep them because you get refunded for them. It's not a lot, but gems, if you notice, are a big thing, you know, to upgrade your mechs. You know, Tengu, I don't even know how I'm going to get Tengu up to my last one. He's a tank right now. I can take heavy hits, but the gem process of getting up there is just, it's crazy. Is it worth it? 100%. But I'm just throwing that out there. But anywho, let's go ahead and keep going on. Lady of Shadows, you know, the Day of the Dead kind of look, Las Muertas. And let's kind of preview him. You know, Mech Arena is always good about setting up, you know, new skins. I like the skins personally.